So I was just walking through the corridor of my building, and it just goes to show, like, you can't take things too lightly, and you can't take things for granted, because this gentleman, elderly gentleman in my building, was yelling. I went through the door, and all of a sudden I heard him yelling, and I thought, oh, maybe that's a movie or somebody's movie, but it just sounded weird, like somebody was screaming. So I thought, like, oh, maybe somebody's getting hurt or something's going on. And I just started to go down the corridor a little bit more, and I was like, okay, well, what's going on? What's going on? Like, is somebody hurting someone, or what's going on? And I heard this guy yelling, help me, help me, help me, security, security. So he's yelling, security, 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 and I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I open his door. He kind of has a contraption to keep the door open so he can have wind in his room, and I'm just like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? He's laying face down, his hands in front of him, laying down, and I didn't even know what to think at first. I was like, oh my god, should I touch him? Is he hurt? Like, how bad? And then he's like really hard of hearing, so I had to just like yell and try and figure out what was wrong. And eventually I just ended up running down to the front desk and getting security, and then the security guy came up with me, and then we just tried to lift this guy up, and he was really fragile and just really hurting. So yeah, it just goes to show that you can't take things for granted, and you definitely can't just like pass things by. So if you see someone, or you hear someone hurting, or if you hear something out of the ordinary, you just gotta check it out, and hopefully the guy will be okay. They're gonna take him to the hospital. Paramedics came, and but yeah. And of course, it's like right after I went to the gym, and I'm trying to like lift this guy up, and I'm like already really tired, so I was like just sweat dripping down my face, like trying to lift this guy up. It was crazy. Like, the only time I'm like, oh really, I went to the gym right before I have to lift something really heavy. So like, oh my gosh, I could have helped him out a little bit more if I could have had a little bit of strength in me still. But yeah, nice gentleman. He's a veteran. I guess he was in the military for about 30 years. So thank him for his service, and I'm happy to do a good deed for the day. And yeah, I guess take this from me. Just life is fragile. Just take every moment as you can, and take it one step at a time.